Yeah, we ain't doing that. Anyway, hello everyone of YouTube. Special session today because this one's going to be in session, which means that I'm using no headset, so you have to deal with the cool crispness of my laptop mic. Have fun with that.
Oh God!
Yes. Comes and built in with it.
Technology.
Yours doesn't?
Technology.
That's weird.
That's very weird, actually.
Yeah, usually.
That is peculiar.
Yeah,
I mean, it probably does better.
Yeah,
Is it still recording?
Yes, it's still.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway.
Hello, internet people.
Anyway.
I am Ren.
Anyway. So, starting off from last time, our party had just visited a local church of the Lightbringer that had been run down after centuries of misuse. In there, they discovered a death knight who was guarding the place. And to honor this warrior, Erikvar asked for a duel against him. And one fell swoop, this death knight took down Erikvar, showing his prowess as a warrior and mesmerizing the young human as a pinnacle of strength. So what was everyone's reactions when they saw Erikvar get knocked flat on his ass?
Ha.
So, yeah, it was.
I mean, I knew before this man even went back to sleep, if any of us tried to challenge him, we were going down. He took it easy on that far. For sure.
Oh, I understand.
So with that, you kind of go back to the sleep for the most part, and Erikvar, seeing that he has been bested, decides to leave him alone to his sleep.
I felt bad Erikvar woke him back up. That poor knight just wanted to sleep.
So you guys, so Velki, the paladin, the tiefling paladin, and Cavo, the Asima cleric, they lead you guys back up the church as they think it's best to leave the knight to his slumber for now. And you guys catch back up with the caravan. And you guys see a chalk walk up to you as, oh, who was in the church?
A knight.
Yeah.
Right.
To protect the church.
Right, huh? That's weird. That's weird. Anything of interest about him?
He's a cool dude.
Nice.
Smack one of our members, but you know.
I mean, he has to be smacked, though.
That is true.
Didn't he have an affiliation with the Lightbringer or something?
Oh, Lightbringer, eh? Not. Wonder why he had a living man be tasked with protecting an abandoned church. By the way, he's not living the guy wasn't living, by the way. He is undead, cursed to forever be there until the church gets rebuilt.
I tell him yes.
Oh. Well, that's kind of harsh. I expected a god who hates demons and undeath and evil to not do that, but I guess I was wrong there. I guess you can't believe everything they tell you. I'm glad I didn't go. That would have been a pain to deal with.
He was nice. He was nice, but it was also boring.
But watching Erikvar go bum beat was fun. By his bum? No. He's making a bracelet.
Oh, that's so cute.
Aww.
Thank you. Ren takes it and puts it on.
Alright. So you guys continue on your journey once more. Once again, Beiji and Erikvar seem to be more doing their own things at this very moment. Beiji kind of looks around sometimes for Alluri, the high elf blood hunter that you guys talked to last night after the situation with the elves. But for the most part, he never seems to see them for the most part. As roll perception for me.
I don't know my mom yet.
I think that's That's good enough. So you do notice a Louis like on the outskirts of the caravan, like he appears to be traveling all around the outskirts of it. No, it looks like he's looking for something. You guys notice this as well. Oh yeah, oh yeah, you definitely noticed that the blood hunter seems to be looking around the entire radius of the caravan. He seems to be looking for something in particular. He mainly stays towards the sides and the back. He never appears to be towards the front. Hmm? No, just discovering a couple of things. Hmm. He kind of like furrows his brow as he brings a hand to his chin, kind of thinking for a moment as he's staring at the ground. Roll survival. If you'd like to notice, if you'd like to see what he's looking for, roll survival for me. You're a monk, so I think your survival is pretty good since it's wisdom. No.
It's so low. Oh, God damn it. No, not 120 plus 1d20 plus 3.
Oh, you said survival?
Mm-hmm.
15.
Alright.
9.
Okay.
To be fair, my perception before would have been unnatural.
Okay. So for the most part, you guys seem to find burnt grass. And then you catch like this whiff of brimstone from the burnt grass as well. Oh, it's a pretty hard smell to take in. Like it kind of burns your nostrils at the same time when you get a whiff of it, and some of you kind of cough from it.
Burnt grass.
I say,
What is that from?
Larry seems to walk over and he takes a sample of the grass, and he says, he kind of sniffs it, and then he takes a taste.
Water.
Brimstone.
What could that be? A roll mystery?
Go ahead. Okay.
Ren, figure it out for us.
Want me to turn it down? Oh.
What?
Oh. Nothing. I thought you would go under tinned on the TV. You don't know really. This isn't something that's coming to your purview really. He kind of looks down. He kind of looks at the grass room. He says, "I'll keep that to myself for now. I need to do further research before I say anything for sure." He then pockets the burnt grass. I am sure. Something tells me I need to confirm first that this is what I think it is before I start saying anything. Better to be safe than sorry. Alright. And keep this amongst yourselves for now. I'd like to make sure no one else knows about this, especially the Lupin. From what I can tell, he'd be very upset by learning about this. Grey Fang, the rude one. Yeah, the hot one.
The hot one. Our roll perception again to see if I notice anything else around us.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. 22.
22. So with a 22, you notice that there are footprints in the. You notice that the burnt grass seems to be in the shape of footprints, as it were. Very deep footprints on top of that that are still smoldering somewhat, and that's where the burnt grass seems to be mainly coming from. And that's where the heaviest smell of brimstone appears from. Humanoid, yes. Human, no.
They're in the shape of like almost humanoid footprints. Do I have a spell that like
That's magic. Yeah, I can, or rather, I can tell what creature's footprints
I know.
How's your ruin?
As a druid, I don't know if you have any spells that do that exactly. I don't know if you know detect magic or not as well. Let me see.
I probably did good. What was that?
I'm checking right now. If my internet would work.
Oh yeah, it's a little one.
Yeah, I don't know if you have it or
I
not.
have it.
Okay. You can. I'm assuming you're gonna cast it as a ritual, so that way it takes a little bit of time. All right. So you cast it, and you can tell for the most part that the magic that's around this area was teleportation magic, a very advanced type of it, one that you haven't really seen before. Because it doesn't leave any teleportation circles or anything. It just leaves a person by themselves. You can probably tell this is the if there's one spell that you're sure this is probably the plane shift spell, which allows people to transport between different what they call planes, but really are just different areas inside Acria that are of a different nature. This one appears to be more of an abyssal nature, as it were, which abyssal usually means demons.
So, this person is conscious to travel back and forth, and it appears in the crystal now as if we try to do it.
Would make sense. Now, wait, real quick, how many footprints? Is it like a set, or is it just
One.
like one?
One person's footprints.
And is that like 1 foot or?
2 feet.
Okay. Interesting.
At least that's what the evidence is telling you. You're able to quickly catch back up with the caravan and keep going, and that's when Jack notices you guys came and says, "Oh, didn't notice you guys were away. Something up?"
Just went looking for a lord. All good.
Interesting. Roll deception on the all good part.
All good.
Well, I mean, but as far as I know, it is all good. All we know is there are footprints of a plane jumper.
All right, that's fine. All right. So,
I just naturally charisma the
Yeah.
DM and say, oh, yeah.
no, it's more like, technically speaking, you're not lying. So yes. Anyway.
I'm gonna roll anyway for the fun of it, but I'm not gonna go into roll.
So Jack kind of just says, "All right then." Joe seems to be talking to a chalk right now, and their conversation seems to be. He then peeks over, and you see a chalk and Joe talking to each other, and Joe seems to be very adamant in his conversation with the chalk. Like he seems to be talking, like a chalk tries to walk away, and Joe just like pulls him back into the conversation.
Oh, okay.
I try to break it up, but I think it'd be best if I stay away from that for now, because me and him usually butt heads other things. If any of you would like to try, you're welcome to.
Now what?
Try to break up the conversation between Joe and the chalk.
Who was saying that? Alert?
No, that was Jack.
Which one's Jack again?
The sick kid.
No, he's the brother of the sick kid. He's the older brother. The knight knight-like person that Yuri sparred against, yes, last night.
Is he one of the shadow jumpers?
No, that Joe is the shadow jumper.
No.
He's the one that's in the conversation right now.
Ah. I kind of step over. Hey, is everything all right over here, you two?
So as you're walking over, you kind of notice that. You're able to catch bits of the conversation as the chalk seems to be saying, "I'd really not like to talk about this right now. Can we possibly table this subject for another? No, we need to discuss this now before we get there." And then they notice both of you coming, and Joe says, "Ah, you're the shadow elf, Ren, correct?"
Yeah. Hi. Everything all right over here?
Yes, everything's fine. I'm just trying to discuss something with my master. discuss, more like have a one-sided conversation that I'm trying to get out of. You're not getting out of this one, I'm afraid. No, it's a matter. Attracts by say something than just says no. It's a matter related to our homeland, as it were.
Where are you from?
Traveland, all of us, as they are humans, and that's where they're mainly from. Uh, yeah, a bit of a problem rose up back home, and I might be called in to deal with it. Yay! Guy seemed to scratch the back of his head. God, I was hoping for easy. I was hoping to be laid back for the next few weeks, but I guess I'm not getting that.
If there is anything we can help you with, just let us know.
Oh, well, I got a bit of a question for you. Are you sure that it's wise to bring them into this matter? Well, I mean, we might as well. I mean, they're technically protecting our asses, so might as well be as nice as we possibly can about this. What do you? So, an old friend. So we got word that there's a beginning of a rebellion back home, and the sleeping dragon got called in to deal with it, and as a result, he asked for my help. He asked for my help as well. Oh no, Sam, we're not in Discord, by the way. We're just doing this in person. In person, it's just one mic. No one. He was busy hiking. Vice never answered me. In person. I like it. You joining us or?
Don't come in here blind.
Please, for the love of God.
Don't come in here blind. Walk in sights, then be blind.
All right. But yeah, so rebellion back home, and the sleeping dragon got called in to deal with it, and he wants my help with it. And the rebellion's an old family friend of mine. There's kind of some bad history between my family and his, but me and him grew up as friends for the most part.
We're excited to hear about the rebellion.
Yeah, I'm trying to, and Joe seems very adamant that I should join, and as he said, and then Joe interrupts and says, you should cut him down and end his family line, so that we don't have to deal with any further instances of rebellion at this point. Yeah, that's what he said, verbatim.
This is pause for tonight.
And I'm not sure what to do about that, considering that the guy's an old family friend of mine. I'm not sure what to do about it, considering he's an old family friend of mine. I mean, we grew up together as kids, but he chose to rebel against you and your family, so he made his choice that he should die like the disloyal dog he is. Wow, you're just laying it on harsh, aren't you? It's the most safe route, and make sure that our enemies know that we don't tolerate their kind. Yeah. What do you guys think? Should I, if I do go and help quell this rebellion, should I kill the guy? I mean, he is an old friend of mine, or should I try to find a way to let him go?
Well, I'd like to think that in any case with your friends, no matter what they've done, you give them one more chance, even if they're not exactly deserving, or at least be able to talk it out with them.
Yeah.
The time, Joe says this, the time for talk has long since passed. He decided to raise up arms against my master's family, thus he should pay the price just like his father did. And he's very grim when he says pay the price. And it's kind of hinting that there might be history between them, in that regard. That bit of theater is still haunting our family, I see. He then looks at you and says, for reference, back in the day, my friend's old man rebelled against my father, and funny thing was that as a rebellion, he killed My father killed his father, his mother, most of his brothers and sisters, and left him alive as a insurance policy, so that way we could have a loyal member of his family on our side. So
I kind of understand why he's mad.
yeah. And I tried to do. I didn't know this at the time. I was mainly a friend with him. Thought that our friendship would probably make sure that he'd be cool with it. He and I would stay with amicable terms. But recently he turned. But before I left, he turned very distant towards me.
You think he knew? Or did he know when he was young?
He always knew. He knew that he was a prisoner of my family. Mm. It's just, yeah, it's whatever. I mean, but I'd rather not kill a friend, and especially the last one of a family like his.
Can I roll to see if I know him?
You can roll history to see if you've heard of it. Oh, he never told you his name.
What's his name?
Ah, hmm. His name was Alexander Desmo. Would you like to roll history? Go ahead. Yep. The Dumont family are the Margraves of Eastern Trevland. Most notably, what you do know is that they were. Wait a second. Anyway, the Dismol family were the Margraves of Eastern Trevland. What you remember is that back during the Civil War, back during the unification of Steamer and the beginning of Trevland, basically, basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, the Dumas family had allied with the reigning family of the time of the Trevland Empire and helped them conquer basically what would become Eastern Trevland. However, soon after there was a rebellion and the De Moore family was wiped out by the royal family, and their last son was taken in by it's what's what I'm looking for? Yeah, as I said, the last child was the only one spared, and he was taken in by a family to be raised, so that way he could one day take his family's rightful place as the Margrave of his territory. So basically, he was a political puppet in a way. But it appears that the puppet saw the strings and cut them before something could have happened. Yeah. Anyway, but that's all you seem to know about the Demoy family, as it were. They were a close friend to the royal family before the rebellion took place. Now they're rebelling once again. And you know the sleeping dragon is a member of the royal family as the true heir to the household. You got that, or?
Yeah.
Right. Also. Let's send Alexander to. Just make sure you guys all know how to spell it. Anyway, but yeah, and Chuck kind of says, I mean, I'd like to talk the guy down, but I don't know if he'll listen to me at this point, considering. Well, I guess we'll find out when we get there. We might have to split off from you guys when you hit Trevland, because we'll have to go deal with that bad air. If anything, it'll be good exercise for the rest of them, considering the fact that Yeah, it'll be bad. It'll be good exercise for the rest of the group, considering that they've been hankering for some combat for a while. Yeah. Ugh. Not you. He's referring to his group, his noble group. Mhm.
Very well. You need any more assistance? Just let us know, and I'm always up for a job if there is some compensation.
You guys are already getting compensated for getting us to the city if that happens, so noted.
True.
Anyway, yeah, God rubs the back of his head. I'm gonna go take a nap. No, we still have more to discuss, but I'd rather not right now. Oh, God. And then Chalk kind of like wanders off with Joe following soon after him. Couple of strange ones, that one. Anyone got any thoughts on that conversation, or?
I do hope they figure out how to solve that issue. No one gets hurt.
Yes.
Kind of what? No, I was trying to think of something. Beiji kind of like drops him for saying this. I'm kind of wondering who those guys are really. And we know most of their names, but they're still a pretty weird bunch. Don't you think? This is Beiji saying this, by the way.
I done told you not to come in here blind.
Anyway, welcome Marhan.
I noticed Marhan off to the side. I just kind of wander over. Hey Marhan, how's it going?
Do not.
Pretend like you are.
Do not pull that down. Nothing. Anyway.
What?
Anyway, so another 2 hours pass, and currently at this point it's noon. And you guys at this point it's reached noon, and the caravan's still going, but they kind of let you guys get up on do any of you guys get up on the cart to rest your feet? Or?
I stay on pause.
I use these spells. Whatever, I'll just.
It was on the TV. It's just.
Yeah, I'll hop up on the cart and I'll take a little nap.
Right. Anyone else gonna hop up on the cart? I assume Marhan never left from the cart.
Yeah. I did a nap on pause.
Right. So as you got, Yuri, you're gonna keep walking, or you're gonna like get up on a cart and kind of like rest your feet. All right. So you guys keep walking. You guys are walking next to the river, really, and you notice and you see and across the river is these beautiful meadows that are just rolling in the wind for the most part. You're able to see them. There is a light mist in the air, which kind of obscures your vision so much, and it's really cold out. It's like 36 degrees. For the most part, it's kind of like an average steamer day as you guys are walking through. And actually, what's everyone's passive perception per chance?
Okay, yeah.
15.
15.
13.
All right.
Can I just roll perception?
Nope, because you wouldn't actually be looking for this. All right. All right. Who has the highest perception? You notice nothing for the most part as the wind just keeps making the metals brush against each other and cause this loud like sound as the caravan keeps going, And that's when you hear.
Just her?
No, all of you. All of you hear this. Like nothing of note seems to stand out to you. And what cards are you guys on? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards.
I'm still on.
One being in the front, 10 being in the back. All right.
Probably like close to like maybe 3.
All right.
You on 2?
You'll be on 2. And Mary, what card are you going to be on? There's 1 through 10.
One's the front, one's the back.
Oh. I'm the only.
You said you're going to be on the third one? Nothing. I'm just trying to get a view of where everyone at. So Horatio's staying near Yuri, and Ren, you said you were on 2. All right, and then my good boy Marhan, who's yes, I'm trying to figure out where did he go? That's weird.
Do you want to know 20?
Yep,
Oh.
We on roll point?
I am. You don't have to be. Oh, my girls. Where is? Oh, he's under characters. That's why. There we go. Marianne. All right. So you guys are riding along, and then suddenly you hear, "Hey, Rami, look! There are dogs over there." And
What?
there are dogs over there, and you see this kid pointing across the river. And you hear yeah, you see what look appear to be like dogs across the river for the most part, and then you hear this. You hear the sound of what seems like laughter, like, and then suddenly this dog-like figure. You see 6 dog-like figures. No, 7. 6, 7 rise out of the grass, and these are not dogs. These are big hyena-like people, and that's when you realize that. Oh shit, those are gnolls. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
I forget. Is there any
Plus your dexterity.
20?
Alright. And because you were all surprised, the gnolls get to act first.
I don't want them to.
Their acting is popping up though, so.
Oh my god.
Nope.
Oh my god.
It's so insane.
Oh my god. Woo!
Sorry, just give me a second.
You're good, man.
What are you watching over there, boy? What was that weird fast forwardy shit?
Don't mind that.
Watching that weed shit.
Watching weed. I need to put on the.
Okay, I need to get out my notebook because I need to write down this initiative order.
You're not gonna
True.
Wonder how
You doing this in roll
well
20? Is this theater of mind?
No, it's on roll 20. Till I see no one else on there.
Is it my goddamn thing? I've been trying to sign in on this one.
It's probably because all of us are on the internet, so it's kind of being slower than usual.
damn minute.
Let me in.
Let me in! Alright. Okay, so.
Let's tell each other about ourselves. We go first. I hate
Dang.
you. I was just a minor. I love you. Wait, your last name is Paolo? Yeah. Oh, or is it Kyle?
Okay. Okay.
Oh, finally signing. Jesus Christ. What the
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
All right. So Ren had an unnatural 20
How do you know?
because you would have said nat 20 otherwise.
How do you know?
Horatio had a 6. Oh, who would like to go? You guys, which would you like to go first between the two of you? Okay.
Fudgy fudges.
And Marhan, my boy, what'd you get? 12.
12.
All right, and no 1 got a 17. No 2 got an 18.
What? 8?
No, but hey, this is all natural. No, I'm nat 20s over here, bro. All natural.
No 3 got a 12. And no 4 got a 10.
Gross.
And then the null, and then you should notice that there. By the way, you notice that there are 4 normal nulls from what it looks like as they pop up and ready their bows. Then there's 2 who look a lot more ferocious, as they appear to be more of the hunter variety.
The mommy and the daddy?
No, hunters. And then you notice that there appears to be the leader in the far back. If you guys are able to get onto Roll20 and see this. If not, then you can look at my screen if need be. No hunter. What'd you get? You got.
Stop dying.
No.
Banned from dying.
You
The
can't
punishment
make me.
is
No hunter 1 got a 15. No hunter 2 got a 4.
the punishment for dying is revival.
And the pack leader got. Pack leader, what'd you get? Pack lord, I'm sorry. Got a 8.
Just let me die. Please.
Okay. So, current order, when surprise round is over, is Ren, followed by no 1, no 2, no 1, Marhan. Roll a d20.
Oh, right. 18.
18, alright, you're going after. And then no 3. Then no 3, followed by no hunter 1, then Marhan. 1, Marhan, no 3, no 4, followed by the Lord.
Oh, Lord.
The Null Lord.
Oh.
Horatio. Wait, between the two of you, you said Yuri goes first? Alright. Horatio, Yuri, and then it ends with Hunter 2. Yeah, I'm about to. Might as well. Unless you guys feel like looking at this notebook. I know. All of you seem like you're comfortable.
What would I roll if I were to talk to them and I went to this about to class?
I think that's past at this point, but you can try and persuade them when your turn.
We haven't done anything yet. We just popped up.
You could roll persuasion. However, it is their turn.
Can I roll seduction?
No!
Why not?
Why not?
You don't even know if they're into you.
I want to roll.
That's why we roll seduction.
Oh my god.
Can I roll seduction?
Oh my god. Ugh.
That's a yes.
When your turn comes around, maybe. But for right now, that's the initiative order.
Seduction would be charisma.
Just straight charisma. Anyway, and let me show you lovely folks what you're seeing right
I'm a
now.
happy camper.
There you go.
Because I did my role.
So starting off, no. So you see the 6 gnolls up front. All take out their bows and march. And they're gonna shoot the commoners in front.
Oh no.
That's a 7. So that's a
Oh shit.
plus.
Oh shit.
So that so,
Red.
so first one hits.
A commoner?
Yes, a commoner has a low AC. So first one hits. Second one hits with a nat 20. Third one hits. Fourth one hits. Fifth one misses. Sixth one hits.
That hurt.
So,
She hurt him.
hmm?
What she hurt him?
Thankfully, oh, dead.
Did you say what was dead?
Alive. Dead.
Oh my god.
Yep. So two commoners in the front just straight up just die as arrows pierce through their body. Actually, I'm sorry. Never mind. That's what they have 4 health. Never mind. All 5 commoners that were shot at that got hit, dead straight off the bat as each one of them takes an arrow to their chest and just falls to the ground lifeless.
The hell, man?
And you hear the laughter of the hyenas as this is going on as one of them lets out a howl.
So what's gonna happen is it's my turn.
And with that, then one of the pack lord's kind of looking around, and then he looks at the gnoll that missed. He's like, ugh. He says something in abyssal, and then the gnoll gets to roll the hit again.
Abyssal?
Yes, but they were not. None of them have you don't seem to getting that brimstone smell from them, unfortunately. And that hits.
I thought it would be smart.
And that commoner that didn't get hit last time does get hit this time, as every commoner that was in the front of the caravan dead. So also,
And they're not abyssal. How to conserve them more.
and with that, now it is Ren's turn.
That is scary.
Ren, all of the commoners that were in the front of the caravan near the river, all dead as the rest of them disperse.
I kind of just gasped and very concerned and frightened for the rest of everybody. I kind of look over to the Lord, whatever he is, and
The
I'm
Lord.
like, hey, you, charisma check.
What did you?
Charisma.
No. What are you trying to say?
I like you.
Yeah, like, what do you say?
I like you.
I like you, baby.
And I love you. Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way.
Hey, you, if you stop attacking these people, I'll let you solve this problem the hard way. Otherwise, it's only going to get harder.
What was disadvantage?
Bruh.
Wow.
I already rolled though.
What was disadvantage? What'd you roll?
13.
You realize that this gnoll has no idea what you're saying because it doesn't know common.
I know.
You don't. He speaks abyssal.
Who speaks abyssal around here?
You understand them, don't you? I thought you did because you were a cultist.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Yeah.
I speak like a demonic.
You speak abyssal because you're a demon cultist.
No.
You used to be.
I thought I had this whole sheet memorized.
I remember that one. I gave you that one for free. Yes, because you were a cultist.
Just take it. Go out where?
I will. Like I said. Yeah, I do know this. What did he say?
He said, I have no idea what she's saying, but kill her first.
Or you could translate what I said.
Nice.
Morgan just hears that he's like, oh my lord. Anyway,
Oh my
next up is Knoll 2, who staying near the end, staying on they're on their end of the river, by the way. I'm assuming.
Wait. So that was my action?
No, that was a free action. What do you want to actually do? Since it doesn't seem to be working.
So can I just sort of see the laughing and just be like, oh god, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I even see what's going on right now or no?
What?
Oh wait, are you guys on there?
What?
Are you guys on there right now?
I'm trying.
Okay, I can't see that because I turned that off on my end. Anyway, I did that on purpose. Anyway.
So I pull out my longbow
Mm-hmm.
and I aim straight at one of the little bitches on the river.
All right. Left. Which one do you want to aim for?
I'm gonna aim for.
I mean,
Can you see?
Yeah, you can see them. You should be able to.
No, you. This one.
Okay. Give me a second. Click that one more time.
What?
Click that one more time. Oh, that one. Okay. By the way, you're drawing.
I know.
Anyway, roll to hit.
20. Not 20.
All right. Roll to hit. Double what you roll by 2.
fat 20.
Double. Roll to hit. Your total times that by 2.
Okay, what's that?
How tall are those?
This is a very special.
Knolls are very tall, like 7, 8 feet tall. Oh. 8? Was that what you rolled? Yeah. Wait. What'd you shoot with? Longbow?
Yeah.
Yeah. D8.
Is that
That is. Yeah. That should be it.
That looks like it.
Yeah. Knolls are like 7 to 8 feet tall.
Wait, so you said double it?
Double your total by 2. So what you rolled plus your modifier times 2.
12.
Total.
Total.
All right. You hit him, and he seems slightly missed by that. As the arrow kind of just goes into his shoulder, and they kind of like look at him, and just rip it out of their shoulder, howling for a bit before growling at you. Anything else you'd like to do? You attacked, so all you have left is a bonus action if you have anything.
What's the last thing on the right
Oh.
Teleport as a bonus action. Teleport within 30
I
feet.
either can't roll dice.
Let's see. Hang on. Someone
Yeah,
else
you
can go
blind
as I'm
them.
teleporting.
Huh?
Can someone else go as I'm teleporting?
I could have you guys.
Go.
Figure out where I'm going.
Where you can teleport to?
I don't know yet.
You can teleport within 30 feet, I believe.
This is a very special occasion, I'll say. Who's calling me?
Low roof, bitch.
Cool.
I have ideas.
Okay.
Why should I cannot control
Your
myself?
breath
You
takes.
should be able to. Oh, God damn it. I forgot that those tokens still have that problem. Give me a second. Hmm?
What?
What do you say?
I want like weird business.
There we go. That should work now. Can you move them now?
What did you do? What happened? You hit your head. No, I hit my ball.
Ooh, that's a bad go. Huh? Alright, 30 feet there. And you tell him. So Yuri, you hear the sound of a before suddenly you see Ren right like 10 feet in front of you by the edge of the river. Yeah, as she pops out of the shadows right at that spot. Ren, you pop up there and you hear Yuri say, "Hey, what's up?"
Just moving over a little closer. You all good over here?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Let's get going, guys.
All right.
We got this.
Next up is Knoll 2, who's going to take a look, who's going to see Ren. He's going to go and is going to aim at her with his longbow. That's a nat 20. So, Yuri, you take 10 piercing damage.
I'm sorry, what?
Not Yuri, I mean Ren. You take 10 piercing damage. Yes.
Why 10?
Because he rolled a nat 20 and he rolled a 5, so times 2, 10. And they kind of laugh as the arrow, and so he releases the arrow, and then it goes through the air and right into your shoulder.
Oh
And the Gnoll kind of lets out this hyena-like laugh at you, at your pain and suffering.
no! Ow, my shoulder!
And next up, Gnoll 1 is gonna take a mark and he's gonna aim at Yuri. He misses with a 10. And then Hunter 1, seeing that the others fail, seeing that the one next to him fails, kind of rolls his eyes, and then he takes out his bow and he takes an aim at you again, Yuri. And he's gonna attack you twice. First one's a 14. Second one is a 11. And he kind of throws his hands up into the air and wait. I'm sorry, I misadded that. First one was a 15. Second one was a 12. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, and the hyena actually kind of like laughs for the hyena hunter, just kind of like smacks him upside the head. And Mohan, it is now your turn.
Pick some
You got this, Moran! You got this, Moran!
Well, where's the nearest person?
Hmm?
Can I cast Shield of Faith with someone else?
Yes.
Alright, so,
Yuri is right next to you.
alright, Yuri, you're gonna get +2. And you get to attack.
I get to attack.
Wait, shield of. Oh yeah, that's right. So you get to attack. You get to move up to your movement speed, and attack someone.
I was running across the river.
You're going to have to swim through. You will be. Since you don't have a swim speed, you'll be moving at half movement. So for every 5 feet, it would cost you 10 feet. I believe that's how it works. So this would cost you 40 feet of movement. Let me just make sure of that. Oh wait. Actually, no wait. Let me rephrase that. You can move. You have a jump. Okay? So you want to do a long jump? Yeah, long jump takes about. Yeah, it is double. All right. Long jump 5e. Okay, so you cover a number of feet up to.
What did I miss?
The others kind of talking to them for a bit. They talk to Lurie for a bit, and then they got attacked by gnolls like 2 hours later.
Don't die. You are banned from dying.
I will not stop!
Okay, here we go. Yeah, so long jump. You can jump. Okay, you can move. What's that? Okay, if you're moving at least 10 feet on foot, you can jump your strength speed and feet straight forward. Okay, so what's your strength score? Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So you can jump 15 feet forward. So you moved forward 10 feet. So you can jump all the way to here. I'm using the arrow on the map. All right.
Did you do it again?
Yeah.
What thing is called?
Okay.
Okay, so we're going across the river. That's what. Is that exactly 15 feet?
Yeah. So from where you are, draw out 15 feet. It'll be like the middle of the river. So right about. Let me do a pulse. 5, 10, 15. So right here.
That's what we know.
Yeah. But you've only used 10 feet. You jump forward, and then you have 25 feet left, and that'll cost you 20 to get onto land.
Okay.
All right. So Ren, you're standing at the river. So Marian, you do this, and then you hear Yuri just take a running start, and then you see Yuri run up straight next to you, and then she gives this long jump like into the middle of the river, dives under, then comes back up, swimming onto the surface across the river.
Damn, girl.
So you're not right here. As you are now on land, as you pull yourself up, and you're now on the same side as the hyenas, having used up. Now you have 5 feet of movement left. Did it show the token move? Yeah, across the river. Yeah. And then you have 5 feet of movement left.
You know what? I'm gonna believe you probably have to run with it.
I'm not wrong for you. I don't trust myself like that.
Yeah,
No. Okay. So I'm gonna do. I don't want to do like a dark.
You also have your spells too. I mean your Way of the Four Elements spells as well.
Yeah, but I can't really do it.
Sure. Well, actually, that's up to you in that case.
I think Thunder Wave is after.
Thunder Wave, you can still use that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Thunder Wave is 15 feet.
They'll take
Feet.
Hey, some people are into that.
Wait,
Not just
smell
smell.
like feet.
Okay. Yeah. So if you can get within 15 feet of them, Thunder Wave goes out to 15 feet.
Oh, if I can move over.
Yeah, you can move over 5 feet. This knows. Okay, so 15 feet from you. That's gonna be out. All right. So this knoll is gonna get caught on it. So he has to make a con save. What's your DC? What's your DC?
guys, you talk one more time. I want to
14. All right. I think he actually succeeds. Nope. Never mind. He fails. He rolled an 11. No plus. He fails. So he takes. Yes, 2d8. Thunder damage. And he's pushed 10 feet away from you. I think it's just 2d8.
Yeah.
All right. Eight damage. He gets knocked back. He gets knocked back like 8 feet and 10 feet. Wait. Do you want to get knocked back into the river? And suddenly he's in the middle of the river, and you see a couple of hyenas kind of like laugh. You see the hyena next to him just laughing like. As he sees him get knocked into the river. Oh wait, that was one thing. He gave you the ability to move up into attack.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marhan, anything else? No, because it wasn't your turn. He just gave you a bonus action to move and attack. So, but your turn is coming up. Anything else, Marhan, or no? True. Or you can move. Fly. How many? Fly where?
Fly.
I'll fly so I can fly over the door.
That's.
You were looking.
Hmm? No, he's a firebrand. He's a draconic guy. So, how many feet up in the air? All right. You're now 30 feet up in the air. And with that, it is now Null 3. Null 3 kind of sees that you knocked his friend to the wall. He's going to charge at you. He's gonna attack you. Yes. He's going to charge at Yuri and try to take a swing at you with this. He's going to try and stab at you with this spear. All right. So you have a +2 to your AC right now. So what does that make it now? 20? He rolled a 19, so +4, that's a 23.
What? Oh, shit. I thought I was off the hook. Okay.
Nah, G. So you take 7 plus. You take 11 points of piercing damage. And he charges up at you and stabs you in the shoulder with his spear.
Ow. No.
Sorry. I'm already writing down your will.
And then next up, Null 4, seeing that that's taken care of, is going to take out his bow. He's going to aim at one of the other commoners.
Don't kill the commoner.
Yep, he rolled an 18, so yep. So commoner to the right is shot dead. What? Dead. Like one arrow to the chest. The max health is 4, my dude. Next up is the Lord. As he kind of steps, you see the Null Pack Lord. He's kind of like walks up to the front, and then he kind of just lets out this commanding. He kind of looks at the situation like, and then he's gonna see Ren, and he's gonna remember that you said something, and he's gonna take out his bow, and he's gonna aim for you.
No, not for the Ren.
That's not nice.
Don't hurt him.
So he misses with a 6. Is a 17 hit?
Can I roll deception?
No, there's a 17 hit.
Can I roll deception?
There's a 17. There's a 17 hit.
Yeah.
Okay. You take. Guess what? Guess how much damage you take. Guess how much damage you take. 4.
I'm dead.
No, you're not.
They're gonna kill me.
Kill him.
Next up is Horatio's turn. You are currently on top of Paz, by the way.
Okay.
So he's a giant riding lizard, correct?
Yeah.
So giant. So he has a movement speed of 30 feet. So yeah, so it's the same as you.
Okay.
Wait, is that an additional 30 feet?
No, his.
Like if
Nope.
Horatio's on the lizard moves 30 feet. Horatio gets off lizard, then moves 30 feet himself.
If he no.
However much can happen in 6 seconds.
Actually, no. It's So yes, that does work. But the problem is that if you dismount, it takes half your movement speed. So he only gets 15 feet to move if he gets off.
What?
If he gets off, he takes half movement. He spends half his movement, so he has 15 left to use.
There you go.
So yeah, you can move 30 then 15 if you want.
I am giving you more distance.
Remember that most of the gnolls are across the river, except one who seems to be in the river after being knocked into the river.
Uh,
Okay, so I'm gonna move 30 feet over the middle here. Right.
What?
Okay.
pick me.
Alright, what you gonna do?
Cool.
You said you move down there?
Yeah, moved over there and
Wait, I have reaction stuff, right?
Do you?
and
And now one of them.
I think isn't almost or something.
You get. There's a reaction in response to someone talking, yes, but not in terms of someone attacking.
Yeah, Umbral line.
It's usual in conversation.
I'll fight you. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to hit the knoll in the river with ice knife.
All right. Well, he has to roll a hit.
I have to roll a hit.
All right. Let's see what you got.
I mean, honestly, even if you miss the guy, if the knife hits the water, it'll freeze the water around him.
Why is it?
Eight.
That does not hit, but because it does hit the water, he still has to roll a save to not get frozen. So he has to roll. He's going to roll a con save. Would you like me to open the door? He fails his save. Roll ice knife's damage.
Oh, shit. Two damage.
Right, 2. What about the freezing effect?
Oh, 2d6 cold damage. Oh, wait. Target each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage.
He failed, so. All right. This knoll gets caught waist down in the water as he is frozen in place, unable to move. Anything else you'd like to do your turn? Just pause of anything that can hit within 10 feet. He has to hit at least 10 feet away. All right. All right. With that, yep. That is now. It's now Yuri's turn. Yuri, there's this knoll next to you. What you gonna do? Yeah.
I'm gonna do
All right. So roll to hit. Yep. Plus your wisdom, plus dexterity, plus 2. Yeah. That hits. 9. The 9 does not hit as you hit him with the first one and right in the snout, and the second one he blocks with the shield. So roll damage for the first one. 1d4 plus your dex mod.
They make a boom plus dex.
Mm-hmm.
Six.
6? That's not 7?
No, I accidentally put 5. It's actually 4.
Okay. For 6, alright. Ah! Yeah, he's kind of like rubbing his nose where you punched him in the snout.
No, I need to make 2 on attack.
Flurry of blows is an extra 2 attacks.
I said this is backwards.
So you hit, then use Flurry of Blows, which gave you an extra one, right? Yeah. It was Flurry of Blows a bonus action? So the other one doesn't count in this case. Nah. Yeah. So you did the attack, and then instead of doing the extra one as a bonus, you used Flurry of Blows, which gave you another one instead.
Okay. So it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well then, yeah. As a reaction, I'm going to, like, I can fight myself.
Yes. If someone shoots an arrow at you, you can try to catch it, and if you're able to roll high enough, you can throw it back at them. So you're gonna do that in case someone shoots at you. All right. With that, next one up is Hunter 2, who's going to take a shot at Horatio since he notices you. That's a nat 20. That's a 17.
Oh, that's half my health.
Hold up. No, that's a 17 to hit for the second attack. Okay, first one. So that's 16 for the first one. And then 2 for the second one.
Me?
Yeah.
So I'm down to 17 health.
All right. And the hunter kind of laughs as he sees you taking the arrows, like. And we're back up, and you hear someone ask for some help as you see a chalk coming in from behind. Hey guys! Got it. He takes out his bow. He takes an aim at one. He takes an aim at the hunter. And he's like, "Heads up!" So you see, so you guys saw this before, but remember how he kind of like pulled his bow back and you saw this sigil appear at his feet? So the same thing happens again, but this time you can make out what the sigil is. You realize that it's the sigil of a wolf being eaten by a dragon, from what it looks like. And you see electricity, and you see him kind of like take aim. Is like, nah. And then he aims down at the river, and then he launches an arrow, and it causes this massive ice explosion that makes the entire river and in a certain section just freeze over. So he takes a cue from you, Horatio, as he freezes the river itself.
What?
Let me just. So let me just draw that now. As you guys can now see that the river now frozen.
It's frozen?
In a certain area, yes. Yes, you can walk across it now.
Is it a danger to walk across?
No. There we go.
What?
Yep, stop, please.
Stop what?
Smooching.
We don't hear your drugs.
There we go. All right. You guys should be able to see this giant block field of ice across the river now. And he says, "Welcome," he says, as he gets a bit of wave. And then you guys see his companion, Joe, walk up and say, "Now, if only you apply that effort to every fight." And before he proceeds to look at, before he kind of like, you see his scythe, his small scythe, he kind of just flips it for a moment. And then he chucks it at the knoll next to Yuri. That hits. And you see it proceed to rip through the knoll, dealing 3 damage. Dealing 3 damage to it. And then you see it come. Then you see him focus on it, and you see it cover in shadows before coming right back, but missing this time as the gnoll is able to barely move out of the way, and it comes right back to him. And now we move up to the top of the round with Ren's turn.
Draw back, or I form my longbow again, my shadow longbow. Draw it back with arrow forming as I pull back. And I rolled a 18 with a 7 as my hit die.
7 as your hit die.
Or wait, yeah, that's
a D10. This is a D8. No.
Fine. So
1 plus.
I think it's 3.
So 4 damage. Who are you aiming at?
Who's the most injured?
The gnoll that's next to Yuri.
That one.
As you and now you see that the gnoll starts to bleed a lot more as the shadow arrow kind of pieces its side and it rips it out. Gnoll 2, still stuck in the water, is going to try and break out. Nope, and he breaks out of the water, climbing up. And then he looks at you, Horatio. He's like, and he charges him with a spear. This gnoll's about to get he's about to get some Horatio juice.
No. Whoa. You ain't.
He fails with a 6 as he kind of shows up, and then Paul just kind of like lazily just like hits him with his tail, making him hit the wrong area. It's like and he hits the ground instead. You hear a cry out before Gnoll 1 sees what's going on and starts moving over, trying to get behind Anya. Get behind Yuri. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But seeing that he's not going to get there in time, he takes out his longbow. He's going to fire at you, Yuri. Okay, he rolled a 7. Does that hit? He rolled a 7. No, wait, 6. Do you want to do deflect missile? All right, roll. If you roll, I think if you roll higher than, what was it? Let me see. Deflect missile. Okay, so roll 1d10 plus your dex modifier plus your monk level.
Okay, I will catch it.
If you would. Oh wait, hold up. Oh, it's if you're hit. Never mind, it missed you, so you don't get to do this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so miss. And then with that, it's Hunter 1's turn. As he kind of like comes up behind you, it's like and he kind of like just shoves the gnoll out the way, before he takes out his longbow and shoots at you as well. This one does it with a 21. So if you want to do deflect missile, so 1d20 plus 4 plus 4, so plus 8. So 1d10 plus 8. If this is to reduce the damage, if you reduce it to 0, then you catch it and throw it back at them. So just
So you said 1 to 10 plus 4 plus 8.
so plus 8 in this case, right? So what happens? So Horatio, you see as Yuri flawlessly catches this arrow that's coming straight at her as she's kind of like facing this window. She sees the one arrow coming off and missing her, and then she turns around as the second one comes right at her and catches it right in front of her face. And would you like to spend a key point to throw it at someone else? All right, who do you want to throw it at?
There's one right in front of me.
Yes. Yes, there is. All right, roll to hit. You're going to use, so this is going to be dex plus proficiency, so plus 6, I think, in this case. Roll 1d8 plus your dex mod. Horatio, in that same motion, she gracefully proceeds to chuck the arrow right at the knoll right in front of you, and it hits him in the back, and seems to pierce through something as he's breathing profusely now as he snaps the arrowhead off and pulls the arrow out of his back.
Yeah. Good ball.
And then with that, that's the end of Hunter 1's turn, and it's now Marhan's turn. Marhan, you were 30 feet in the air. What would you like to do? There is Jajo in front of you and a chalk in front of you. So 30 feet in front and then 10 feet down. So 30 feet high, 30 feet down and then 10 feet in front. There's...
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. Yeah, I've missed. The only one I hit with was 21. She has an AC of 20 for the next minute.
Bro, Yuri, you can just get hit.
She hasn't gotten hit that much so far. She only. If you cast Sanctuary, that will end Shield of Faith's effects, I believe, because I think that's. Let me check.
I'm sorry, Yuri. I'm gonna have to use that.
Shield.
Jajo.
Give me a second. Shield of Faith is a. Oh, yeah, it's a concentration spell. So if you cast Sanctuary, you cast it on someone else.
Oh.
So.
And her shield of faith will go away?
No, yeah, it will go away.
So I can't consider you.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, because Sanctuary's not. I'm sorry, I thought Sanctuary was concentration 2. So you can keep both. So who you want to cast Sanctuary on? All right. All right. Thanks, buddy. He then proceeds to take out his arrow. He aims at the knoll at knoll 1. He's gonna roll to hit. He hits. He deals. Oh, never mind. So he deals. So a chalk rolls a 22 to hit and deals 12 piercing damage on this knoll as his arrow hits it, and then you see it turn into lightning for a moment, right as it hits, dealing an extra.
I poke you.
Above 2, 4, 6, 8, dealing an extra 8. So that's 20 damage total. So you see this knoll, who looks perfectly pristine, get brought down to bleeding profusely in one hit from a chalk. The knoll one. It's the one that's next to the knoll hunter.
That makes me really suspicious because, like, did he already have that power?
Yeah, you guys saw it. Oh, this is your first time actually seeing him fight, so you've never seen this before.
Oh, true.
So you see this sigil around his feet form of a wolf before as lightning streaks off of his bow and he launches the arrow and it hits the knoll.
Okay, because we still don't know what happened when we saw him do whatever with the Dark Brother.
Yeah. So you see him launch a lightning arrow, and that. Anything else you'd like to do, Mohan? Mohan?
What?
Anything else you'd like to do? Action, bonus action. You can move if you want. All right. Do you want to move closer to the group as well?
Yeah.
All right.
Where's
All right. So you're right behind. You're about 15 feet above Jajo and 5 feet behind him, unless you want to get in between him and Ren.
What?
Do you want to get in between him and Ren?
No.
Okay, so behind Joe?
Yeah.
All right, and that's it. As we now move on to Knoll 3. Knoll 3 is just kind of like wondering what's going on right now as he got hit. And he kind of just tries to take a stab at Horatio again. And once again, Paws just, with a flick of his head, knocks the spear out of the way. And then Knoll's just like getting really annoyed at this spear. He's like,
Can I make some sort of shittering with salve that you
You can try. Yeah.
You were really ineffective, aren't you? Like,
They kind of cocked their head to the side. They seem to think that you're laughing, and they're like kind of mad, but like. Ah! And next up, it's Noel's forward turn, and she's gonna try and attack Yuri again. So that misses.
What?
To try to hit you, because I know that you have an AC of 20, and this one was Noel 4. He tried to hit you with a spear, and you, using the Sea Warrior's teachings, you kind of just knocked the spear out of the way with your forearm. And then next up, the Noel Lord is kind of like wondering what the heck's going on.
What the heck? Let's go.
And then he kind of looks at Ren. He's like, mm. He's gonna take a shot. Ren, the Noel Pack Lord. He's gonna take a shot at you again.
That bitch. I mean,
19.
that bad word.
19. And an unnatural 20.
Fuck.
So 7 for the first one.
I'm dead, man.
No? What's your health?
Oh, fucking low. Fucking low. Just so low. Currently, I am at fucking 13.
So you're down to 6. You're downed.
What?
You are downed.
So what am I at?
0.
Oh.
He dealt 18 damage with his second attack. You are down.
You are dead.
No, you're not dead. Now you have to roll death saving throws. So you guys, you see the Noel Pack Lord kind of like look at, not yet, when your turn comes around. He kind of looks at you, he's like, takes out his bow and launches it at Ren, and Ren takes an arrow to the shoulder, and then takes one a bit too close to the chest as she is knocked off her feet and prone. Ren, as she has 2 arrows in her and she seems to be bleeding out now.
I kind of shake, grab the arrow, and just like start trying to pull it out, but I'm shaking so much.
Before you pass out.
Yeah.
And with that, it is now Horatio's turn. Horatio, Ren is down and there's this Noel attacking you.
okay, I dismount from pause
Alright.
and he'll attack in a second. But first, I go to her. And
Alright.
I'm
Noel's gonna get attack of opportunity on you.
Disadvantage since pause is like walking away.
Not in this case. 18.
Hit.
3 plus 6 piercing damage. That's it.
I'm down to 8 health.
You rush over to Ren.
Yep, and I'm gonna.
I think you have cure wounds.
Let me see. I think I have. I'm gonna back it. Yes, I have cure wounds. I'm gonna cast it at the 2nd level.
Alright. Cat 2d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Yeah. Get 10 health back.
Alright. Ren, you are now awake again, but with 10 health now. As Horatio ripped the arrows out of you and then cast cure wounds on you, and you are brought back to consciousness again. As you see this Fail standing above you.
Get out of the stadium.
Stadium? Oh my gosh. Oh no.
PTSD.
What?
You'll see. Anyway, with that, Horatio, is there anything else you'd like to do? Would you like to?
Pause is gonna bite the Noel.
Alright.
That's in front of him.
Alright, Giant Riot Lizard has a to hit of +4.
Alright. I forget how much the damage is.
1d8 plus 2.
Ooh.
So-
What was the modifier?
+4 to hit,
Yeah. What's the
+4.
Okay, so 10?
That does not hit as Paws takes a bite at the Knoll and he kind of bats him away with the shield and kind of like just laughs at him. And with that, Yuri, it is your turn. Yes. And he seems to be pretty injured at this moment.
What did you react to? This one, like, not too far from
I'm just sitting there kind of gasping for air.
Yeah, there's another one that's 10 feet behind. That's 10 feet behind the knoll in front of you. 15 feet from you.
He kind of like probably leaves it 48 feet, but
All right, that will let them flank you, which gives them advantage. But all right, so you move between them. What would you like to do now?
Something outside. I heard that.
Is that what Ren said? I can't die before I have sex. Oh my god.
No.
Oh!
First of all, I clearly stand that I am not. But no.
You all right? Would you like to?
I can't die before I have to again.
Oh my god.
Archie's my most precious, dearest friend from the traveling brothel.
Oh my god.
She's sort of like my bitch.
Oh my god. What would you like to do, Yuri?
I love that bitch.
Roll the head.
Can I make that as a monk weapon?
That is your monk weapon, actually. Quarterstaff should be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. So roll the hit. Which one are you gonna hit? The knoll or the pack lord?
The one that I was attacking before.
Okay, knoll.
No, to hit.
Okay.
19.
19. That hits. Roll damage. 1d6 plus 2?
But I'm doing
No, plus 4.
versatile.
Oh, so 1d10 plus. Well, no, 1d8 plus your strength or dex? I think it's strength. Okay. All right. Oh god, so plus 4. Let's see. How would you like to do this?
I'll just twirl my staff and whack up upside where his neck like breaks or whatever.
So fantastical twirl as the quarterstaff moves all around you, confusing the knoll's movements. Before you take a hard swing at his face, and you hear the as his neck goes too far to one direction and snaps before he falls to the ground dead. And you can, since you attack with a monk weapon, you can now do an unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Can I do that? And also do
Skip an attack? Yes, you can use that. Yes, you can. I think that knocks them off their feet. So roll the hit. All right.
Bitch, that's an 8. That's an 8.
That's 8. Unfortunately, you miss.
Alright, but I got my super attack.
The way that works. So I'm looking at what it says, and since it was an 8, your sweeping attack does not work on him because the original attack roll has to work. Actually, wait. Were you doing sweeping attack with the quarterstaff? Okay, in that case, yes, it does sweep him off his feet. He has to roll a. So roll your superiority die. Your superiority die. So roll 1d6. Yeah.
That's fine.
He takes 5 damage as you take your quarterstaff, swing it around, hitting him in the shoulder, and then you try to punch him, but unfortunately he's able to narrowly move out the way. Yes, your reaction's still there. Do you deflect missile, I'm guessing? Alright. Alright. And with that, it is now Hunter 2's turn. As Hunter 2 is going to start. As Hunter 2 is going to see what's going on. And thinking about it, he's going to start leaving. He's going to think that he's done enough at this point. He's going to try and run away.
Don't let that bitch run.
Actually, he's going to dash completely off the map, and he's going to disappear.
No, come back, you little shit.
Wait.
Because he wasn't within 5 feet of any of you. Hunter too. The hunter on the far right side, he ran away. And then the truck scene that's gonna say, "Damn it, I wanted to get him." Whatever. All right. And then he takes out another arrow, pulls back, and he's gonna fire at the knoll to the far left again. He's gonna hit, dealing. Actually, wait, hold on. I'll just do this with him. So I'm going to longbow. He's gonna hit. He's gonna deal 10 piercing damage as the arrow gets lodged into the knoll on the far side, as he looks basically battered at this point. And then you hear him say, "Nothing personal, but," and then he snaps his fingers and you hear deep, 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 before the arrow explodes, engulfing both the knoll and the person and the knoll next to him. As he takes
I hit the deck. Nothing.
7, 8. As you see knoll body parts raining down, as the knoll hit by the arrow it's blown into pieces, and you see just blood and guts raining from the sky as the other knoll is singed by the explosion and kind of just like covered in like burnt fur and blood and guts all over him. And you kind of hear the knoll just screaming in fear, like, "Ah!" And then Jia Zhou, seeing what's going on, kind of smirks before you all see him teleport, and you feel this cold feeling as Jia Zhou pops out of your shadow. And he's going to walk up next to you. And his scythe is going to extend into a long shadow war scythe before he takes a swing at the knoll next to you. So let me check his thing. Come on, load. There we go. Okay, time to change some music.
Yeah.
What's... Okay, and Zhou deals. So his attack hits. So he hits with the scythe, and you feel that cold chill again as you see the shadows proceed to eat away at the knoll as he takes 15 points of damage, 11 of it being necrotic. And at the same time, you see him have to. Okay, never mind. Oh, he takes an extra D10 as well. So. Yeah, so the knoll takes a total of 18 damage as he is ripped asunder by this scythe. As he kind of like howls, and he looks at Jia Zhou, who seems to have like this. Who usually see him with like this solemn expression, but seems to have a bit of this like cruel smirk on his face, as he kind of like spins his war scythe. And we're back at the top of the round with Ren, as you are now back up on your feet after being healed by Horatio.
Right. So now I'm standing.
How far am I from? Which one is the nearest one?
And the closest one to you is
Wait, who are all these people?
commoners, far back.
Okay.
Who are all these people?
This guy?
Yeah?
Okay. That works. I can roll something new. So I am going to pull out my shadow longbow disappears. It disappeared when I fell and died.
Yeah.
So now I stand, I raise my hands, my shadow shotguns appear. I pull out my crazy awesome 1d4.
Alright. Wait, roll a hit first.
Yeah, right. You know, I'm so sure that I'm going to roll great, but I didn't.
What'd you roll?
Do I add anything to it?
Yes, your shotgun. It should be in your character sheet, the shotgun.
Oh, yeah, right, okay. So, 18.
That hits, roll damage.
5.
There's no kind of like cries out in pain as he gets hit by it. He's like, ah!
I kind of throw my shotgun like a frisbee and it
Goes forward, and then you see it roll hit again.
again.
Yes.
Good.
Good.
Oh, God. Sorry. Anyway.
One hand is just gliding right
What?
now. Living in midair.
What? Roll.
8.
That does not hit. As it comes coming right back, it misses the knoll this time as he brings up a shield, knocks it over him, but then it comes back right to you and you catch it in your hands.
No. As it comes back to me, as it gets within like a foot of me, it disappears into air, and a new shotgun appears in my hand.
Alright. With that, next up is Null 2. Is Null 2 still alive? Null 2 still
Did I
alive.
ever figure out what Blessing of Raven Queen is?
That's your teleportation.
Oh,
You used it. So
what was that?
yeah, you used to teleport. Is it one use or do you get multiple?
No.
Check the limited features option. Anyway, Null 2 died, so Null 1 and Null 2 are dead. Jesus, okay. Yeah, Null 1 and Null 2 both died already, so Hunter 1 is going to look at the situation and thinking that it's probably best to get the hell out of Dodge. He's going to run the hell away. Dash. And Hunter 1 is now gone. Marhan, it is your turn.
Oh, how many notes are there?
There are 3 left. Two normal gnolls and a pack lord.
Any like very
In terms of like on your side?
8 health.
Yes, both. Ren went down but got picked up by Horatio, and Horatio is badly hurt as well. And Yuri has taken a few spaces and bruises as well.
Wait, did we finish the battle?
No, it's still going on. I had fun with it.
We finished the battle.
We finished.
We did it.
Yay! We did it.
Nope, it's still going on.
How about, let me do something nasty here. Let me go in front of Rin. Is any of the NPC here?
Near Ren?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Machok still in his normal area, but Joe, you notice so you have echolocation, right? In a way, right? Huh? So you know how you can kind of like map out the area through the sound? So for a moment, you hear Joshua is completely off your radar before suddenly you see him behind the next to Yuri, as if he teleported. So there's that, but other than that, yeah.
What do you think the perfect gravy is? Ah, yes. You see so I'll probably place myself in front of Rin.
Alright.
To its damage just in case. And I'm going to use my action, or I'm going to use my bonus action to give the Chuck an extra attack, and give my action aid on them, or to help them on them.
Alright. He kind of like so he's like, He aims. He says, "Yuri, need help with that? Need help over there?"
Yeah.
He takes his bow, launches it, and you notice this time and once again he's gonna roll to hit. Let's see if he does as good as he's been doing. Nope. This time he launches an arrow, and the pack lord kind of like knocks it away with his spear, kind of like laughing. He's like, "Oh wait, he has advantage on that. I'm sorry." Scratch what I said before. A shark launches an arrow and it lodges straight into the pack lord, doing 11 damage to it. Anyway, and with that, and anything else you'd like to do, Mohan, or is that it? Mohan.
What?
Anything else, or that's it?
I mean, is there anything else in the game?
You moved. That means you moved. Bonus action. Nope, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, next.
We actually
Null 3 is gonna try and like pick himself up. Once it's gonna charge at. But you said that, Marhan. Null 3 is gonna charge at you and he's gonna attack you. He's gonna roll him with advantage. What's your AC? 18. 20? Yeah. That misses. And then Null 4, seeing what's going on as well, is gonna dash over. And the Lord is going to attack Yuri.
What?
The Lord is going to attack Yuri. He had advantage. He had advantage, and he still missed. Shame.
Okay.
Not you. When he attacked Marhan. I mean.
What?
I was saying that as a joke. Marhan. So you see him. So Yuri, you see him pull out, instead of using a spear, he pulls out this glaive. So this spear-like thing with a massive curved blade at the end of it. He's gonna take a swing at you.
Oh no!
Oh, weird.
24 and 14. So the first one hits. So you take. So you take.
How much was it?
You take 9 slashing damage.
No, what was the number?
Oh, first one? I think it's like a 24, I think I said. It was above 20, I know that, I remember that much. Second one missed though.
Okay. So I took 9
Yep.
I'm here to stop you.
And with that, next up, Horatio, it's your turn.
Yes, I'm going to cast heat metal on the knoll next to me.
What are you going to cast it on?
On his sword.
On his spear?
Spear.
Okay, he has to roll a con save, correct?
Let me see. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d6 damage when you cast a spell.
Needs to what?
But if the creature is holding or wearing the object takes damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw to drop it.
He fails.
Okay. Oh. Wait, let me see the thing if not.
yes,
Hold on.
24 is complete. I shall not spend a fortnight here.
If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
I think you damage with it as well.
Well, yeah, but also it said that.
Alright,
Okay.
don't put the cups on top.
Now, really am glad.
No, you really am.
Are you fucking kidding me?
How much damage?
2!
Oh my god! Actually, no, he's fur. Double that, 4.
4.
So, and the gnoll dies as he holds under his breath and passes out.
Whoa.
And thanks to his bloody wounds, he bleeds out basically and dies. And you see, and Horatio, you see him fall dead to the ground right in front of you.
Remember, kind of like he's seen another body. What? What?
Congrats, you just go fed around.
That's not my That's not my boy. That's not my baby.
Yuri,
That's
it is
not the same person.
Yuri. It is your turn. There is a gnoll to your left and the pack lord to your front.
I'm determined to make this man blind.
Now you're blind.
Yes. Let's shed him. We're gonna hit him with the quarterstaff again.
Let me figure that out.
I have made a man blind! Now to attack him with a stick. I attack the blind man with a stick.
Keep him. Alright. Do you want to?
I was going to, but you were about to say something like,
No. If you Jean-Jo will get hit by it, but from what it looks like he can take the hit. Like it looks like he seems fine for the most part. He seems pretty hardy, if you ask me.
I don't want to hurt him.
I mean, he does seem like a bit of a dick. But
Yeah, he might be pissed off.
you can move up. You can move up and then hit him.
So you don't move up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you move up and con save. Fail. Roll damage. Because both of them rolled threes. Yeah.
My God, he's hot.
How much?
He's hot.
8?
Who's that?
So you blow one of the knolls, you blow the first, like the knoll to pieces, and the pack lord looks like he's getting pretty banged up at this point. Alright. For your blows?
Yeah. Oh, then I'll spend my key point.
You did spend a key point
I
on
spent 2 already.
Here your blows, Thunder Wave, Thunder Wave. Be right?
Okay.
Because I think your wave around and stuff costs key
No,
points.
but then I had to when I got funded.
Oh yeah.
that
So
was
4.
also key point. So yeah, I'm gonna.
You got no more at this point? Alright.
Well,
Yeah.
um,
Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, the other track only works, guys. Wait. What about?
How many holes are there left?
There's
well, no, actually,
One
I
no.
can do this one. Let's make a key point.
Yep. Well, hit. There's one no left. Yuri blew the other one to pieces.
I'm gonna strike. You said roll a hit.
Huh? Yeah, well, hit.
And
10 does not have. Wait, actually. Ten. Yeah, it does not hit, I'm afraid, as his chain shirt blocks your punch. It kind of just laughs at you. And with that, next up is a chalk is once again gonna take out his bow. And fire. With a longbow, he deals 8 piercing damage as he snipes this thing from afar. And then he's gonna turn that into a lightning arrow, dealing. God, he's been rolling low. 2, 4, 7, dealing an extra 7. And it looks like this pack lord's barely hanging on as Zhang Zhang kind of just like makes his weapon goes away and just kind of like takes a step back as he sees that this is about to be done with. And Brandon, is now your turn. Ren, the pack lord is the only one left, and he looks like he's barely able to stand at this point.
Really?
Yes.
The Lord. I must strike the Lord. So, being the badass I am,
yeah, girl, get it.
woo! How far?
Hmm?
How far is this thing?
He is about.
Can I move over real quick?
Yes, you can move over to one.
Move me, boy.
Oop.
Yeah. So now, my chakrams are gone as I pull out my shadow whip dagger.
Roll the hit. What's your minimum damage?
What?
What's your minimum damage? If you rolled a 1, what's the minimum you'd get?
4.
4 damage? Roll. One d4. 1d6? Alright. It's the cube one. Max?
5.
I want to do this.
+3.
How you want to do this?
I pull my arm back with my whip dagger as it zooms forward. The dagger slashes him across the throat and then sticks straight through it.
Yeah, girl.
I pull it back and blood splurts all over. And then his body slowly collapses to the floor.
Yeah.
Alright.
As I walk up to him, slap him across the face, and he dies. You guys, have you guys seen that movie, Princess and the Bride? Or Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
What the fuck have I said? Princess
I haven't
Bride,
seen
yeah.
it.
You know,
I haven't seen it.
when the frog guy, he's like taking the last bit of poison, he's like, ha ha ha, you have failed, I have defeated you. That's what happens after I slap this man.
Oh my god. You pass out?
No, he just,
Oh my god.
You fell for the most classic of blunders.
Anyway, with that, combat is over. You have, from this cup, you have all gone. You all got 350 XP from this fight.
Only 350.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Only 350.
wait, what should we be at right now?
Level 4. You guys should be level 4 at this current moment, so add 350 from there. I forgot how much I gave you because then. Okay. Huh? Alright. That's because you got that extra amount because of the joke.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
I'm like leaning up against paws and like huffing and puffing.
you see some people rushing over to the dead and kind of like crying over them. But you do see Cabo seems to be pulling out these diamonds. Cabo, the Asimur, you see him pull out these very elegant diamonds, and he walks up to each one of them, and you see these diamonds, he's shattering in his hands as he gives out this prayer, and you notice, and you see that 4 of them are able to come back to life as 4 diamonds shatter in his hand, bringing these 4 people back to life before he collapses to the ground.
Wait,
He collapses like holding his staff and kind of like using it as like a thing to hold him up. So 4 out of the 7 commoners that died come back to life. You are not at that level yet, unfortunately. No, you are a shadow caster. No. You see that he's kind of like exhausted as Velky walks over and helps him up. And a couple of people kind of thank him while other ones are kind of like mourning the ones they lost. Yeah, they're pissed as well, but like they seem to be mainly focused on the tragedy of it. As they do seem to kind of understand why he can't do it. But a few of them do give him like a side eye and a glare.
Ratio is gonna like come onto you and he's like covered in blood, obviously he got hurt so bad. He like grabs you by the shoulders. Yeah. He's like looking all around. We're by a river. Just so we're not in the sea. And he just like slowly lets go. Okay? And then he just turns around and goes over the pause.
Stadium again.
It's like what the fuck?
Okay, you guys find 20 gold. So there were 4 dead. So I think there were 4 dead, correct? So you find 20 gold in each of them. So you guys find a total of 80 gold for each one of you. Got that?
How much gold?
80. And
more gold to walk forward.
I'm thinking about this. Use a quarterstaff, right? So Yuri, you realize that one of the Knoll spears that ran away, they dropped a magical spear, a +1 spear. But when they dropped it, its head broke, turning it into more of a quarterstaff. You have found a quarterstaff +1.
Wow.
Yeah.
I high five you, but I only have feet.
And you don't know where Yuri is because you lied. Now you're bullied.
A truck kind of walks over, and kind of get. The guy says, "You guys all right?"
Be all right now.
He kind of like slings his bow over his shoulders as he says this.
I could be a little
Yeah. I think you should get patched up, buddy. He says he pats you on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Mohan, do you think you can help out here? Do you think you can help out here with like a prayer or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
You cast.
Can you do that right now?
Do you press? I'm guessing you cast prayer of healing.
Yeah. Maybe it work.
Huh?
Maybe it work.
No, I mean prayer of healing.
Do I hope?
Yes, that is a second level spell. I think you have it prepared.
I do.
And remember that you do get bonuses because you are a life cleric.
Yes. I don't know if I can get this one.
So it was 2d10 plus 2d10 plus your wisdom modifier plus 2.
It's actually plus wisdom
Plus 2. So everyone gets back 2d10 plus 6 health.
Alright,
Nice.
you roll, Yuri.
Each one of you. So everyone roll 2d10 plus 6.
No, gotta roll. I am already there.
Never got.
19, that's
Hmm?
I got 19.
That's because you never got hit. The one time you got targeted, they missed. It's by having advantage.
Martin?
Yeah. The one time someone had advantage on them and they miss.
I love
You love support.
So Shock kind of sees you guys all present and says, that's good. So it takes 10 minutes for you to cast this as they're kind of like dealing with the bodies. And Jazo walks over and says, well, it appears you all performed most amicably in this fight. Well done. He says he kind of like eyes all of you. It seems that all of you are rather useful after all. That is fortunate, he says with the. You can't. It's kind of. He says that with this weird tone. And you guys can roll insight if you want to try to figure out what is.
I ain't stupid.
Yeah, you can roll insight if you want to try and figure out his tone. What is it? Racial?
17.
17. With a 17, you are able to figure out that he appears that you seem to realize that because he has taken an interest in all of you, and he appears that he might be having plans for you now.
Oh no.
You have no idea.
Who has plans for us?
Zhao. He appears to be taking an interest in you all due to your most recent fight. It kind of like the friend of a shock, the one that
Okay.
the strange pale one. He kind of just bows and gratitude before he walks away, taking one last look at you all before he leaves. And then Beiji kind of like walks over, like covered in blood himself. He says, as he kind of like reloads his pistol. So there were gnolls on the other side too. That wasn't fun.
Sure.
Yeah, he then gives it, but it was good. Me and everyone took care of it. Gives a thumbs up. And then kind of wipes the blood off. I'm gonna go hang out in the caravan if you don't. Huh? No, it looks like he's pretty good. It looks like all the blood is mainly no blood.
I'm gonna take a nap.
You know what she is.
Huh?
You tell her she
There's Peter.
Pizza.
Pizza?
Right.
Oh.
That's right, bye.
Okay. Yuri? Not Yuri.
What?
Vrin. You get back 2d10 plus 6 health.
2d10 is rice and
Wait, what?
2d10 plus 6 health back. Yeah, Marhan casts Prayer of Healing. Here you go.
Courtesy is not me, it's the unifier.
You not getting any real something? No.
It's just bread with cheese on it.
Oh.
So it's not like pizza. Anyway, so with same. Anyway, there's still chicken and stuff left, right? There's still chicken and stuff left, right? Anyway, all right. So with that, you guys do get back up on the road and keep going. And Albion's kind of he's like, God damn it! Hey, fucking Knowles! Fuck! They told me that there wouldn't be any Knowles on this route. Fuck. So I found out. So I plotted up the course kind of with some help with some old friends, and they told me that Knowles don't wander around Steamer that much. That them, he motions to Melky and Cabo. Their guys, their folks mainly dealt with them.
I like how I have more health now than I had when we started the game.
That's weird. You should have said full health, because you didn't take any damage. I would have thought.
I had 27. Now I have 32.
You didn't increase your health. You didn't increase your health after you leveled up. I don't think.
Oh, I can have massive
She's
Yeah,
I
you
did
did.
not.
Yeah, you didn't, because you have a +9. Anyway, so we kind of like he has this goddamn nose. Fuck. 3 people were dead, and that's not including the others that we lost last night.
Would there be a chance that there's other things that you're informed with?
At this point, I'm hoping no, but I don't know.
Oh.
All the cards are still fine though, so your payment's still in full there.
Wait,
Remember, the rule was for every card that gets destroyed, a portion of your payment gets taken away. So,
Right, we still have all our cards, right?
yes, that's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
He kind of just like, ugh. And then Clouds kind of says, "You think we should make some money off of this now? Maybe." Shut up! He says, shouting back at him before he keeps going. And a Chalk kind of like watches the argument. He's like, "Those guys do not like each other. Those two are gonna get at each other's throats this entire trip, aren't they?" And then he says, "And this is what I thought I would get away from this by leaving home." Ugh. And then he kind of looks at Horatio and says, "Not a fan of the squabbling. Dealt with that a bit too much back home." Ugh. And take your pick: money, land. He motions over to Anya. That was the biggest one of all. Anya. Not many people, though, because of who I am, they quickly shut up about that. Anyway, fucking here I thought that I'd be able to get away from squabbling by leaving for a little bit, but no, still dealing with this shit, and I gotta deal with that when I get back home. Ugh. I need a nap. Yeah. Yeah. And you guys are traveling once again, and Chuck kind of like climbs onto one of the caravans and he like kind of lays down. And Jojo kind of like shakes his head as he sees and says he just doesn't understand.
Ray, would you have your time?
Like on pause.
Pause.
What?
Divide pause, his giant riding lizard.
I want to ride the lizard.
Yeah.
I like slowly like edge my way towards him. And just kind of.
Well, I mean, he's kind of like higher off the ground a little bit. He like leans down. Or he sits.
I pet him a little bit. Oh, he's so scaly. It's nice. It's smooth. And I just sort of flop. Or
He like looks.
I jump flop into him.
He like looks back at you and he's got like his flower crown because we both got.
That's adorable.
So you guys, that's adorable.
Yeah.
So as you guys keep going along, Chunk's taking a nap, Joe's being Joe. The others are kind of off doing their own things. Never seems a bit nervous as now because of last night and this recent no attack. He seems very paranoid now, and because of the fact that he sees Nerva, the half elf wizard who was heading over to meet his father for the first time. He seems very nervous now, as he seems borderline just about to have an anxiety attack. He's kind of like curled up in a ball, like inside one of the carts, like, trying to not get noticed by anybody.
Poor bro.
Rather than that, not much is going on. Eventually you do stop for the night, as eventually you guys complete the rest of your trek, and you guys stop for the night at, let's see, we're at, I'm actually seeing that for myself. You stop quite a ways away from the town of, come on, maybe not.
But no, the only problem I
Pureborn.
have, my dearest friend, who loves me so, would appear as if I actually say his real name, right?
You say his name, yes. Or if he chooses to seek you out himself. So you
If
guys,
I just say that I'm friends with him without saying his name,
he won't pop up then.
but will other people still respect me?
If you say his title, yes. Anyway, Cureborn. So like you guys stop out. You guys are like outside. You guys pass the town of Cureborn, and you guys are like, and you guys kind of like camp in like next to the river for the night.
Mm.
And everyone's setting up camp. And Larry's kind of like watching like the perimeter at this very moment as he's very much nervous. He appears to be much more nervous now than he was before, after what you guys found and after the no attack. So he seems very,
Upon seeing him nervous, since we're already at camp and we're not going anymore, hop off the lizard. Give him a little pet. And I go over to Alluri. Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. Just thinking.
Did you figure out whether the footsteps meant anything?
Maybe. Still up in the air there.
You want to tell me what you think it is?
Well, I thought it would be pretty obvious considering. Fire, brimstone,
I mean, yeah, demon, but do you think
that we're being followed.
we are?
Yes, most certainly. I've seen those tracks for the past couple of miles.
Mm.
Someone's following us. And Marhan, you hear this. And Marhan, you aren't being noticed, but being noticed. But you do hear Larry say you are being followed by demons. But yeah,
I'm imagining if you actually heard what's happening, it'd just be like, demons! What?
nah.
Remain calm.
Don't know why. I guess I'm trying to figure out why we're being followed. There's only a few possible reasons why.
Any ideas?
Well, someone in this caravan is a former cultist, a former demon cultist, or still is, and is an insider.
Do I know who he is?
You don't know anything about his backstory. Anyway, and he kind of like keeps rubbing his chin as he keeps looking around. They could be hunting down the paladin and the light. They could be hunting down the paladin and the cleric. That could be a reason why.
Well, how about this?
And he kind of like pauses. Greyfang's been acting suspicious lately. There might be something. Greyfang, the Walupin. He's got that mark on his hand. I wonder if that has something to do with this. There's too many options, and I don't know which ones to be the case.
How about this? Tomorrow, in the morning, I will go around and sort of try to get to know our new friends here a bit more. See if I can find out anything about any of these people that might help.
If you wish to go ahead, I'll just be focused on the demon problem out of the way.
Well, if we can figure out why there is a demon, we can figure out how to handle it.
That's likely. Too many options. Alright. And then he goes back to mumbling to himself as he keeps thinking, as he starts thinking to himself. And what are the rest of you doing at this time?
What's your
Yep, we're still by the river. You guys have been following it for a while. Alright.
I might just watch this one.
You're trying to waterbend?
Yeah.
So still trying to do water bending, but just
Keep trying to get tired.
fight. Yeah, if you spent up key points, you're kind of weaker than usual as you're trying to focus, but it's kind of hard to, as your injuries are still getting the better of you somewhat, as you feel sore and tired.
Not the boomer.
I like to feel a little bit calmer on the way out of there. After leaving home.
Nothing. My fingers are pretty good.
I'll hang out with, or I'll try to find Kobe and
I'll be on cloud. I'll be on. Seems to be like kind of like he seems to be over near his area, kind of like looking over some maps as he's kind of like thinking over. Clouds is with them, kind of like looking it over it too. But the two of them don't seem to be talking. They seem to be just staring down at the maps right now. If we take this road, and this one will be faster to get into the border. If we take this one might be safer. Well, yeah, but that one takes us close to the mountains. We don't know what's over there. Over there. Oh yeah, but I'd rather not deal with tornadoes and outer tempests popping out of nowhere by going that path. That's what you're hearing, Marhan, as this conversation is going
Are you guys any good at making drinks?
I have some alcohol. Why?
Thirsty. And no one's hanging out with me tonight, so I decided to venture out on my own.
Sure. And then Albion kind of like mixes together some drinks, as you can hear, and then he hands it, and then he waits. He pulls out your hand and puts the drink in your hand.
So, how have you all been this trip?
Frustrated, annoyed. That's it, and that for the most part. I had to pay money to get past that bridge, if I didn't want to, with those cultists. And we had these gnolls to deal with. And now I'm hearing rumors from O'Leary about that we might be followed, so that's fun.
Are you guys all great friends?
Who?
You two. I just told you we're friends.
Clouds kind of. Albion looks at Clouds and kind of glares. We were.
Where? That's enough.
You wouldn't want.
Don't play games with me.
It's right here.
Fuck. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that's fine. You were? No.
Where is the operative word here? Wait a second.
He's closing the door.
Leaving.
He's leaving us.
He's leaving.
He's abandoned us forever.
Wait, he really did?
He's never coming back.
He really did, though.
Yeah?
I can't see shit.
Are you blind?
Going back. Okay. We're being the operative word here.
You want to close the door? Unless it smells like fear.
It's still kind of smelly.
Yeah, I'm
My God!
It still smells like
Actually,
Y'all people need to be washing your feet.
I'm not watching your feet.
Who's not washing their feet?
Aha.
I can smell it. It's me.
Anyway. Anyway.
What?
Yeah, we were friends. What about it?
Why aren't you more?
Clouds proceeds to look at Albion, and Albion says, "Don't you fucking say it. Don't you say it. Fine. Just, we grew apart. We're only in this for the money now. So, because we're not making any money at all at this point.
You guys have not done one thing great with each other since the beginning of this.
Of this trip? No.
What do you guys usually do?
Usually we ran trade routes. Usually we ran along the trade routes from steamer along the southern road. And that was before the plague hit and before. And
Well, I don't
Albion.
suppose we could do that right now. So what about now?
This guy would stop bickering over every little thing about trying to make money off this route. And there wouldn't be a problem here.
Let's not talk about trade routes. Let's talk about you two.
Well,
What
balance.
made you friends in the first place?
And me, I'll be on Thursday. And me,
Firebrand therapist.
me, my wife, and him started up a business together.
The first firebrand couples therapist.
Stop. Anyway, me, my wife, and Clouds over there, we decided to we're friends, and we decided to set up a trading company together.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else, or?
Nothing else.
Well, we went through quite a bit of trouble starting it up, but we had to go through some stupid stuff to get it running. But eventually, we got it to work, and we made some, and we became one of them. We joined the Black Gold Company, technically one of ours. Whenever we own a caravan, but the Black Gold Company hires us out to do such with them.
Sounds like you guys have a lot of adventuring stories.
That's adventuring, more travel. There've been a few moments of just like craziness, but yeah, that all stopped a while ago.
We've had some very crazy friends in the past.
Yeah, like what?
Oh,
Being blind in the middle of a game.
I used to have a lot of friends back in the day. We'd do, what are some interesting things?
We play a little game where we talk about what we're doing and pretend we're battling people with little magic figures.
Stop.
That seems very specific. Also, you're not here.
I know.
Oh, they were very dangerous people, I suppose. We'd often try to find big monsters, and we'd place bets on each other to see who would touch it first. I'd imagine that is not healthy, so I got
Who would poke the dragon?
What?
Who would poke the dragon first?
I think it was very cool.
How well did that end?
Oh, it was great. I ended up getting along with such friends quickly. I was very uncautious at the time, so. Especially given that I tend to be very clumsy.
It almost seems like your head is a lot higher. Higher.
You got to come then.
Not for you. Not you guys?
We have. Used to.
All that didn't cost any gold, did it?
Yeah, mainly to run the stuff, but that was about it.
Friendship shouldn't cost gold either.
Yeah, but see what we need to do, we need to go to this plane. This guy seems to be a bleeding heart all of a sudden. This class speaking, by the way. This guy seems to be wanting to be a bleeding heart all of a sudden. That's not. Never mind.
Alright. Peace. Bye. I'm a huge fan of being told stories. It was why I met the friends in the first place. They always tell amazing stories of all the dumb things. And they were like, hey, you interested in that? And I was like, yes. What?
I'm talking to you.
Bitch. Do you have it? You too?
Yeah, there was this one trip we made from the capital of Utiris, where we had to head all the way up to Yolette for a little bit. Had to go by the coast when a hurricane came in, and a kraken was blown onto shore, and we thought we had to outrun the damn thing while it was chasing us along the coast before the sea warrior came in and beat it with her bare hands basically and chucked it back into the river. Or chucked it back into the ocean.
Intriguing. Is there a fire anywhere?
Yes.
I'll just kind of sit by there.
Sit on the fire.
Oh my
Sit
god.
Because you're blind.
Oh my god.
Do tell me more. And, I don't know. Can I roll, like, a persuasion? Like an insight to see if they're being friendlier with each other?
Now that's a
Oh,
hot ass.
inside.
Shut your ass.
Roll inside. Roll insight.
I jumped over my person. You want me to roll for you?
Ask Cookie to do it.
What am I rolling?
Use the D20.
The clean.
Mm-hmm. Plus 6 for me.
Rude. 18.
18?
19.
19? You roll a 19?
Yeah, 19.
19 plus 6.
Oh no, it's 13 plus 6.
Oh, 19.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be angry with each other, but it's more like they're just reminiscing on good times. They're not. It's more like they're just caught up in the memory of it right now. It doesn't seem like their actual friendship is being rewarded at this current point.
I'll just keep sitting with them, asking for stories, journal things.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I need to roll anything for that, but I also kind of want to skip to, like, Talia, so she's not bored.
Oh no, this comes the good part. Just Marhan is the highest perception, correct?
That'd be funny.
Not Marhan. Horatio is the highest perception, correct?
What?
Horatio, what's your passive perception? What was your?
16.
Yeah, you notice nothing. None of you notice anything.
Cool.
None of you notice anything, as everything seems to be going.
Wait. Can I say what I'm doing?
What are you doing?
So I sort of set up near the fire, but also closer to the river. There are two little trees near there, and I make a shadow.
Grassland. You are straight up grassland at this current moment.
Well, there are two extremely big pieces of grass.
You could just take two stakes. You could just take two running things, stick them on the ground, and then put a shadow hammer between them.
No, there are two gigantic, thick grass
No.
pieces.
Does grass will break.
stand between two giant plants to do whatever you're doing?
I'm making a shadow hammock to sleep on.
Just literally just stick two sticks in the ground. Just stick two sticks in the ground.
Yeah, just
Fine.
stick out of your ass and put it in the ground.
Oh.
I take only two of the sticks out of my ass.
Haha.
Only two.
Anyway.
I put them in the ground. I form my shadow hammock, and then hop
Oh
on.
my god.
That's actually a thing
She can,
Yeah.
she can craft something that's the size of her. Yes.
Oh
Anyway.
my god.
Can I roll perception myself?
No, because it's based off your passive. You're not looking for anything.
How do you know?
And then
No, I'm looking like I'm sitting on my hammock paying
I
attention
always
to
made
everything.
this choice.
I did not.
I made this choice.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna kick you. I kicked you.
and then suddenly you hear this faint playing music in the background. Here, you move.
I'm watching.
You can't see my notes. Move. Alright. No, I am not actually. And then suddenly you hear what appear as you guys are all relaxing in the different areas, you hear music. At first it's distant like a song on the wind. You guys kinda notice that Greyfang perks up, like his ears perk up as he kinda like hears it. He's like, what the hell was that? And then quickly the other guys notice and they start to rise too. Horatio, you know this music as it gets closer and closer and closer before fireworks adorn the sky around you, and then you hear, "Hello, far travelers!" And this green elf, the most elegant clothing you've ever seen, appears from thin air amongst the numerous colorful carts and shining lights coming from these carts. I am Bethlen Elegar, and we are the Fabians, wandering actors, and we have plenty of Fey plays that you are sure to enjoy. You don't know this person, you know this music, because this is the Fey plays. These are plays enacted by Fey.
Oh, yay! Oh, I thought you were gonna do something spooky with me.
No. Would any of these wonderful people in the audience like to see one of the most marvelous plays across the continent of Tequila?
Okay.
I'm glad to hear your excitement. So, which shall you? And then he suddenly appears by one of the carts and pinches a child's cheek. Would you like to watch the historical drama that talks about the history of this great land, from the war of dragons and giants to the liberation of Steamer itself? And then suddenly you see, and then he teleports to Horatio and grabs him and just starts dancing with him. Or maybe the romance between the great Lightbringer, Renthier, and his great love, the elusive Shadowbringer and Queen of Ravens. And then he teleports over to Yuri and says, "Or my fellow elven friend, would you like to hear the tragedy of the brothers who, despite being from two different backgrounds, they would become close until a dastardly villain steals them away from each other in the greatest tragedy known to our kind." I don't know. And then suddenly you see 3 giant letterings appear as you see three play titles basically. You see the history of Takira, the twin brothers, and the romance and the dance of light and dark.
Do any of these involve singing?
None of these involve singing, but they do have music in the background. The dance of light and dark is me doing the most what?
Like,
Probably the the twin brothers, most likely. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna see either the twin brothers in the romance. But I'm leaning towards twins.
Man.
What?
Twin brothers, history or romance? Tragedy, romance, or historical drama? So that's one historical drama, 1 tragedy, and 2 romance. All right.
Fucking romance people.
Ugh.
I bet y'all read Twilight too.
Oh. Well,
So are we doing romance or?
all of you have to pick one. Your decision is pick which play you're going to see tonight.
Oh, we get to see different ones.
There are 3 different
He
ones.
has to do every fucking play.
No, there are 3 different ones, but you guys have to pick one together. Like the one you guys all pick is the one I do.
Oh.
So basically, yeah. So if you guys go with
We do the one with the brothers, we get to learn more about the light and the dark brother. We do the romance, we get to learn about the Shadowbringer and the
Lightbringer,
Lightbringer.
the history one is quite literally just the history of the continent.
Boring.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting, but I know you're looking forward to one of the other 2 more.
I've written something for each one of these. There's some more notes than others. Anyway.
Which one has the most writing in it?
I'm not telling you that.
The what?
I'm not,
The romance.
I'm not telling you that.
Wait, Carl, would you ask? Or
Which one had the most writing in it?
I'm not telling you that one. That one will
it's the
influence you.
brothers.
It's the brothers.
Anyway,
You
which
did
one?
place.
Which one?
Man, I can't see.
Anyway, which one?
Wait, Sam, he did this.
No, I just rolled my eyes. Anyway,
But
what's
you also did that.
We're all cross. The majority is saying lovers. So.
yes?
So let's do brothers.
No, lovers.
Yeah, the romance.
Wait, what if you do both?
You cannot do both. You pick one for the night.
What if the brothers are lovers?
They're not.
We're not having
They wouldn't know. They can't see each other.
Roses are red, smells of butters. Secret lovers find out they're actually brothers.
Stop.
No! Fuck!
What?
Ah!
Ooh.
Ah!
no.
It's ripping.
Okay. So that's what's
Romance.
Boy.
Do music then. In a second.
I'm excited.
So, then Theotel says, "Then please!" He claps, and some of you guys find yourselves inside this giant play theater. He says, "Take your seats, fine folks."
I'm already sitting.
Marianne, you just appear in a chair and you're like, "This is fine." You notice that this theater seems kind of packed, actually, as if there's a lot of people here than the one in the caravan. Yes. There are even areas that are sectioned off for important people, as it were.
What?
Yes.
Can we tell who's in the reserve section?
Roll perception for me.
My perception is
Famous
what, +3?
It's probably just the area.
11.
Doesn't matter.
What'd you roll?
7.
And it does.
Yeah, should I roll that shit?
Yeah.
Was it perception?
Yes.
It's 8.
So you see that what appears to be a shadow elf and a fey elf both sitting in one reserve section together. You recognize the shadow elf, and Ren, you recognize the shadow elf, and Horatio, you recognize the fey elf.
Who is he?
He's the man. He's the strange man from your backstory.
Wait.
The strange man.
Yes, for that one. That is him.
I don't remember his name in my backstory. Hold up.
Oh my god.
What visual?
Yes, so yes, these two figures are sitting in the sand together, and that fey elf looks at Horatio and gives a wave, while the shadow elf seems to just glance at Ren before looking back at the stage.
Rude. I say no, and he heard me.
He then kind of rolls his eyes before suddenly the lights start to dim. Turn off the light.
You could actually dim the light.
That's aside from the rest of dim.
You can switch the light setting so it only does this one out here. The lights have been dim.
So, fair travelers, our story begins with a land of flesh and blood. The Blood War is a disgusting conflict that ravaged not the Blood War. The Long Night, a disgusting conflict that ravaged our continent for untold centuries. In the middle of it stands a hero, a great leader of men, Renethir, a human who left his kingdom behind to fight for all of us in the north. He left his home, his name, his family. He left it all to become a forgotten name and become a forgotten person in an endless war. However, as luck would have it, he would not be forgotten. As through a fateful meeting, he would meet this mysterious stranger who would change his life forever. Our tale begins after the end of one of his battles. Renethir walks through, and then the stage begins to shift. As you are suddenly in a war-torn battlefield, and it's cold. As you see your very breath freezing in the air, and their bodies scattered throughout the battleground. And you see this human of medium build with black hair, sort of tan skin, with wearing what appears to be plate armor. He's kind of just walking through the battlefield alone, kind of like tiptoeing over the bodies as he takes count of them. And you see like this kind of sad expression on his face as he sees them, and he says, Venthyr was the one who led this battle. He led all of these men, he sacrificed all of these men for a chance that the world might be able to find peace one day. However, he had done this more and more and more over the constant years of battle that he had to endure. And death like that begins to take a toll on you. And you see Venthyr kind of just pause and look up at the sky. And he kind of wonders to himself, what could I ever seek for? An end to this war? Or am I just a pawn in this conflict? Or are we always fated to lose this? He seems very distraught, and doesn't know what to do at this point. He's confused and kind of just kicks what appears to be a helmet away. And then he keeps walking, and that's when you notice that and that's when you watching the play begin to notice that the shadows around the area begin to distort. And he begins to notice it at some point as well, as he begins to wonder what's going on. Until he sees this figure, as he sees this figure, a black cloak seems to be walking through the body as well. Though this one is a strange one because you've never seen someone with crowds before. They are tall as well, as tall as an elf usually would be. However, at the same time, this appears to be a feminine figure. As you can tell based on how the cloak seems to stick to the body. And then Venthyr seems to take notice in this elf and in this woman and walks over to her. And he asks, "Oh, who goes there?" And the elf pauses and then looks directly at him, and that's when you actually see this elf's face, and you realize that it's a woman this woman with ashen black hair, pale gray eyes, and gray skin, who just looks at him and says, "I am but a fair traveler, making sure that the dead don't go where I'm leaving." And you see that Venthyr is kind of perturbed by that, as he sort of looks at her and asks, "Who are you exactly?" And the woman seems to give like this smile. If you'd like to know insight to see what type, give this smile, and that's when, and she says, and then I thought that my name had been known across the kind. Maybe disdained, but known nonetheless. And that's when you hear the caw of ravens in the distance. And Venthyr kind of pauses for a moment and he says, "You are the Shadowbringer." "Ah, that's the name the humans have for me. Quite a strange name to say the least, but it's something that I come to expect from your kind. After all, you fear that which you don't understand, and you do not understand me, sir." But you notice that Venthyr has no sign of fear on his face. He appears like he's just casual about this. He shows no fear or devotion, no anger. He just acts calm, as it were. And he asks, "The Shadowbringer is your title, but what is your name?" And she says, "None of you have ever asked to know my name before. Most of you simply call me by that title. But first, so might I have the honor of her name?" And she proceeds to, and then she pauses for a moment and says, "My name is Nera." And the Venthyr smiles. "That's a lovely name."
Yeah?
Nera.
Yeah.
And he says, "My name is Venthyr." and and at this point, the scene starts to fade away somewhat, and you hear Venethier's voice once again. Ah, two figures with straight out of the history book meeting for the first time. One, a goddess of the cold and dark shadows that we have come to fear in our nightmares. The other, a great general of man come to bring light to the world. You'd think that these two would have nothing in common, but from what it seems, they had plenty in common. And you start to see these transitions as you see that Renfield interacts with Mira more and more over the course of really several weeks and months. And every instance of it, she only comes at night on the eve of a battle or after a battle has already occurred. And notice that Renfield and her do have quite a few conversations, some in depth, some short, but all of them seem to have a bit of a closeness to them, as the two of them don't exactly hide what they're thinking or feeling, and you notice that the two of them grow closer, as it were, over the course of it. Renthir is very open about it. Well, Renthir is very open about it, like asking how she is, asking if there's anything he can do to make her comfortable and things like that. Well, Nara is more quiet. She mainly focuses her attention on him, doing her best to make it seem like she doesn't need anything, as it were. Two different styles of the personality, as it were. And eventually, and you hear Venethier's voice once again. Her God and immortal. Such friendships are very, very rare. But something like very, very rare. For good reason on top of that. Because good things always do eventually end. And the scene transitions again. But this time to the eve of a battle, as Renfair seems to be looking over battle maps that he has. And he seems lost in thought as he looks at this. And then he pauses as he notices that it gets cold, and he smiles and says, "Ah, you come for another visit." He turns around and he sees Nera, but this time she doesn't wear the cloak that she usually does. She's wearing like this elegant black and pretty gold outfit that she wears with her hair out in this braided ponytail, as it were, being very comfortable to show herself amongst Renfield. And she smiles. Yes, wanted to talk to you once again. And the two of them, and he kind of quietly motions her off to the side, take a seat where the two of them sit, and he makes them both the tea, since he discovered that her favorite drink to actually have is tea, as it were, much to his enjoyment, since he seems to like it as well. And the two of them sit, and he asks, "How are you?" And she pauses for saying, "This war nears its end." And she simply said, and she says, I can see its end closing in. Soon enough, things will be over." And then he says, "Yes, I've noticed it too. Maybe after this, you and I can finally have more free time to be able to converse with one another," he says with a bit of a smile on his face. You notice a bit of a blush to his straight cheeks. However, as soon as he brings up himself, you notice that Nara immediately grows solemn and her smile fades, and he says, see, the problem with that is I see a future for the land." And then she pauses and he kind of pops back inside and he asks, "But what?" And she says, "But I don't see a future for you." What? I'm confused. What do you mean exactly? What I mean is that I see you will win this war, but you won't live to see the end of it. And he's taken aback by this as he pauses. And you see this bit of anguish on his face when he says, "But how? How do I cannot tell you that. I've always shaken faith. I've always shaken the sense of faith enough as it were telling me that you'll die. If I do any more, then something disastrous might happen. But ah, I see. I suppose that I should have expected that in a way. He kind of pauses for a moment. I should have seen it coming that I wouldn't to the end of this. I mean, I am a human after all. You are God, but he kind of pauses and he's like, he continues to drink his tea and she says, I have enjoyed our time together though, and I will miss it, and then he says, I will miss it as well. And then he particularly with the tea quiet as he knows that harmony within him is kind of just cut at this point. But and then that's when Nara recited to you once again. He says, if you'd like to avoid your fate, you should leave. I'm sorry, what? I don't do this much, but it'd be best for you to leave this battlefield. If you don't, then you will die here. I can't just leave. People are counting on me. I can't leave them behind. I can't leave them behind and let them perish on their own. Trust me. The fate, if very well, you wish to leave your life, you wish to give up your life with theirs, I cannot stop you. I will not be there when you perish. I suppose there's an afterlife. I hope to see you there. As she takes her hand, as he takes his hand in hers, as he takes her hand in his, and squeezes it gently, and she kind of like pauses and she smiles for a second. Yes, I am so as well. Eventually, she does have to leave him, and Renthir, as she leaves the tent, Renthir turns away to look at his maps, and you see tears streaming down both of their faces as they realize what's coming, as they both know that this is going to end well for either of them. And then that's when the battle comes. You see forces tearing themselves apart Demons versus mortals. Cultists versus paladins and the like. And you see this war-torn battlefield just grow and take across the entire coastline of northern Sakura. And you see Renthir bravely leading his men into battle. It seems like for a moment you think that he won't die as the battle seems to be going completely in their favor and they're routing the demons. But then there's this chilling roar. And all of you, and despite the fact that you know this is a place, all of you are deeply afraid. As this behemoth of a combination of a wolf, a gnoll, and these lycanthropes comes out of the ocean and gives up this mighty howl / roar that shakes the very ground itself. And then you hear Venethir once again, and that's when the beast came to break the hearts of men. And the beast steps onto the coast, and you see men running away, except one. Renthir stands alone with his sword at his side, and his men running away behind him. He grips the sword in two hands, and you see it come alight with holy fire, and you hear this deep, dark chuckling from the beast. And so the last man stands against me. The rest of your people flee, ready to fall under my subjugation, to be ruled by my slime. And yet here you stand. And And then Renthir pauses for a moment and he thinks about all that he's done in his life as a king, as an emperor, his life as a general to liberate man. And then his thoughts go towards Nera and the time he was able to spend with her. And he smiles for a moment as he remembers all the quiet moments. And then he simply looks up at the beast and he says, "And here I stand." And you watch as Renthir is cut down by the beast before your very eyes as his holy sword is shattered by the strength of the beast, his armor rent asunder, and his body torn apart before he is left dying on the coast as the beast marches forward, leaving his demons to pick off the body of what used to be the great Renthir. Slowly but surely he starts to succumb to his injuries as he starts to fade away. But then he hears the flapping of wings in the distance. And then once again you hear this as you hear the call of a raven once again. And the demons are gone, swallowed up by shadows, as Nera appears by what's left of the body of Renthir. Stupid mortal man. Just listen to me. We don't exactly listen to people who tell us our fate after all. I had to see for myself if I could change it. I suppose you were right. And Nera holds him, and then she tears in her face and she says, "I wish I wasn't right. I wish for once I was proven wrong by the kind." And he kind of holds him, and his life is slowly fading away in arms at this point. But then something seems to snap in Nera as she begins to think, as you hear her into the moment, she says, No, I refuse to let this be the end. I refuse to let this be the end of Renthir." And you watch as she takes a piece of her very divine essence, what makes her a god, and she puts it into Renthir. There's this glow that blinds all of you for a moment, and it's bright enough to, as bright as the sun itself. It turns demons to ash, and eventually turns demons to ash. And when the light dies down, there lies Renthir, fully healed. And soon enough he opens his eyes to see a weakened Nera, who continues to hold him in his arms. And he asks her, "What did you do?" And she simply responds with, "I broke fate." The scene changes once again. You see the beast rampaging for a moment. You see the beast rampaging, laughing as he talks about how he beat the great Renthir and how he'll now consume all the men in the world, all the mortals in the world. But then there's this cold sensation, and then a warmness as well, as for a brief moment the snow slows, and there's a parting in the sky as you see a solar eclipse. And there stands the great Lightbringer and Shadowbringer, Renthir and Nera, light and darkness, standing against the monster that would consume the world. And you hear this faint beating in the background. At first it's two distinct heartbeats. And then you hear slowly as the heartbeats converge into one beat. As Renthir and Nera, side by side, with their passion, with their vow, with their caring for one another, as they stand against the beast. A battle that rocks the very edges, that rocks the planet itself. You feel the ground beneath you shake as Renthir, as narrative blocks blow after blow for Renthir, as Renthir cuts into the beast, as two of them fight in a dance of light and darkness that swirls around the beast. And then when the beast is finally on his knees, when he seems almost be, you see them take one sword, hands cupped together, sort of light and a sort of bright light in the coldest shadows, right risen to the sky, and split the beast in two as a roar consumes the land before nothing. And all that's left is the Lightbringer and the Shadowbringer in the coldness, in the cold north, with no demons around. And for a moment, they both realize that the battle is over, and they embrace each other. And with that, they soon begin to work to clean up the mess that the demons have caused, slowly but surely taking away the demon, ending the demon threat completely. And the two of them stand on a hill together as the snow finally subsides, as the long night, this long, brutal, cold winter finally ends. And Renthir looks to Nera and asks, "Where's Oliver?" "Now." And she looks at him and says, "Well, now you ascend to godhood as I did, and begin to take your role as the Lightbringer." And then he asks, "You on my side?" And she smiles at him, but then shakes her head. And she simply says, "I could only exist here because infinite darkness had taken the world. At the rise of the sun, I can't be here anymore. I will no longer be able to see you." "What? But I thought that I said that this world would end. I never said that I would be around to help the world after it ended. I have a role to fulfill. I have to protect the shadows once more, so that way this may never happen again. Well, I must work in the darkness while you, the great shining warrior that you are, must bring light and hope to the people, and burn away the demonic scourge that still rests on their shoulders. So, I will see you again." And she simply smiles when she says, "On the twilight and dusk, when light and darkness are one, you may see me again." And then she smiles and says, "I'd very much like to see you again at that point myself as well." And you see the clouds part, the moon gone, and the sun slowly starting to peak above the horizon. And then the two of them, they kiss. And as the sun fully crosses the horizon, the Shadowbringer is gone. And the Lightbringer is left alone to guide the world after the end of such chaos. It is said that at every dusk and at every twilight, the Lightbringer waits at a special place. He waits for his love, the Shadowbringer, to embrace her for those few rare moments when light and darkness are one, where their love may finally be match for match. And it is said that one day they would no longer have to wait for the union of light and darkness. One day they will step into the light of day and the darkest of nights, hand in hand, and their love will shine across the world forevermore. And the stage shuts, and the play ends. I hope you have enjoyed this dance of light and darkness. And remember that no matter what distance there may be between you and that which you care for, your love, your passion, your caring will always find a way to exist. My name is Venethan Elgar, and I hope that you have enjoyed this play. And that is where we're going to end this session. And I'll see you guys next time.